Hi guys, this is Jose with Prodigy. Today we're gonna talk about pressure. A lot of our students been asking us about that, about how much pressure are you supposed to put into the notes that you play. And same thing for the right hand. How hard do you hold the pick and things like that. Those things are actually really important because they really determine your sound. If you put too much pressure when you're playing, especially the lower strings, you might make them sound completely out of tune. So it's really important because it's your voice, right? So this is an exercise that my teacher taught me and I teach it to my students. I feel it pretty useful, and it's just about awareness. It's not really about technique, and it's not about playing it fast or anything like that. Just to, like, relax with your guitar and try to be aware of how much pressure you put into the notes that you play, and try to find the sweet spot, the right amount of pressure that you need to make a note sound clean. So we're gonna play, for example, the 5th fret on the 3rd string with our index finger, but you can do that with any finger. We're gonna make sure that we play right behind the fret in the right position, because here you won't get a nice sound. You will get a pretty sound like that. So staying right here, we're just gonna keep playing that note and releasing the pressure on this finger until the sound fades, until it's muted, like this. Release until you get that muted sound. Usually with my students it takes them a while to get there because they realize of how much pressure they're putting into that note. So let's do it one more time. Play the note that you usually will play it, and then release the pressure. Until you get there, and then add a little bit of pressure so you get a clean note. That sweet spot determines the right amount of pressure that you should put into every single note that you play. As you notice, when you play that, you probably won't feel any stiffness in your hand or any tension, and that's really important because you want to be able to play for hours, and without having that, and you want to prevent injuries. So let's do the exercise one more time. Play the way that you usually play it. Release the pressure, and then add a little bit of it. And you can try to do that for every single finger, okay? And then that awareness is gonna really help you whenever you're playing your riffs and your phrases and all that. Try to think about it and try to realize if you are putting enough pressure, and also if you are putting too much pressure. It tends to be the problem. Now for the right hand, we're gonna do something very, very similar. Just hold the pick with 2 fingers. If you haven't seen the video about picking technique, you can check it out at the link. That shows a little bit of how I like teaching the position for the pick. And what I do is that I hold it between my index and thumb right there, right? And now I'm gonna play a note. For example, the same note that we were playing earlier. And I'm just gonna try to release the pressure in these 2 fingers to see if I'm playing too harsh, if I'm putting too much pressure on my right hand. So keep releasing the pressure until you feel that your pick starts moving a little bit in between your fingers. Like to me is right there. And I want you to even go farther. I want you to keep playing until your pick falls, okay? So keep releasing the pressure until it starts moving in your fingers, until finally it falls, right? That will give you an idea of how big the threshold it is between the amount of pressure that you put and the amount of pressure that you need to hold the pick. I think a lot of my students tend to hold the pick super hard because they feel like it's gonna fall or something like that. And actually it takes a lot for the pick to fall. And one problem that people have when they put too much pressure on holding the pick is that your right hand gets very stiff, it really affects your technique, gets you very tired, and also it creates a very stiff kind of sound, like it's too harsh, you know. So it's important to just have a very like nice and relaxed position for the right hand and for the left hand, so you can play and you can channel your voice through your fingers without being in that tension. Okay, so try these two exercises. Again, the first one is about releasing the pressure on any finger, any fretting finger you are, until you mute the note, and then you add a little bit of pressure to get the clean note. And on the right hand, just be aware of how much pressure it takes for the finger to for the pick to fall, and try not to get there, but just keep it in a position where you can hold the pick comfortably. It doesn't bounce, it doesn't move, but at the same time you are not holding it very, very tight. Well, I hope this is helpful. I'll see you soon.